the 20th of March, our reinforcements arrive, and by God, are they ever welcome. With the loss of Crew Div 9, almost half of Crew Div 5, and all but one of Crew Div 4, we've been lacking serious firepower. But now, BB-56, USS Washington, has arrived from the Atlantic Ocean. We hope, in spite of her recent failures in the Atlantic to hunt and sink down turpits, she finds more success in the Pacific. We're also joined by some additional help from our Anzac friends, HMAS Hobart of the Royal Australian Navy. While realistically none of these ships were in the same task force, they all have one thing in common. They all served and assisted in the landing area Confib Pack is heading to. Their first shakedown task, however, will be to bombard the airfield on Tarawa. Then we'll head to the Solomon Sea and up the slot to Guadalcanal. The slot, also known by its real name, New Georgia Sound, is an opening between the major islands, Makira, Malaysia, Guadalcanal, Isabel, and the New Georgia Islands. Our target will be Guadalcanal. It's a large island, big enough to build a large airfield on. It's in a position to defend our Australian and Kiwi allies, and it can be a huge staging ground in our counteroffensive. Meanwhile, Crew Div 3's wild goose chase finally bears fruit, meeting a Japanese task force. The infamous Japanese carrier, Akagi, catching them off guard in the night without any combat control. Despite the carrier's usually lacking heavy defensive armament, this one does. And the result of this is USS Trenton taking heavy damage. All the enemy ships focused on USS Trenton throughout the entire battle, resulting in heavy damage, as well as torpedoes from her escorting destroyers. Her loss is more than worth it, as we wiped the entire Japanese task force. This is the kind of victory we needed. On top of this, since all ships focused fire on Trent, Chester, Concord, and Richmond are relatively undamaged. Midway is safe, and our task force is ready for another fist fight. In continuation of our luck, the midnight of 26th March, 3,300 Marines land on the beaches of Guadalcanal. The Japanese seem to not have anticipated the amount of troops are quickly overwhelmed. Intel suggests we should have it under control within 12 hours. While Task Force 64 continues their spree of bombarding the Shortland Islands before turning homeward bound, we are also granted additional merchant division for transport of fuel for our building of the new airfield on Guadalcanal. April is shaking up to be a much better month for us. Reports confirm this as all Japanese invaders are kicked out of the Guadalcanal area on the 3rd of April, 1942. However, on April 4th, we spot a fully fledged Japanese landing force heading directly towards Manila Bay. This merchant fleet also includes a hospital ship, which, if you've never read the Geneva suggestion, means we will have to be very careful with our aim if we don't want to spend our time explaining ourselves in The Hague. Now, Intel suggests that they may be breaking the laws of war by using them to transport large amounts of troops as an invasion force. Luckily, Anzac Air Force has plenty of time to train on ships with the constant harassment. And their aim is deadly. They sink 4 merchants and light cruiser Ghana without even touching the hospital ship. This is enough to get the invasion fleet to turn around. On the 10th of April, Japan bombards and lands troops on Guadalcanal. Task Force 64 is now on the hunt. That's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and be sure to comment with any input. I hope you enjoyed the series, and have a wonderful day.